Oh my gosh, Trent Brown is on the non-football injury list already. The Bengals season is over. We just signed him. He was going to protect Joe Burrow, and we haven't even started training camp, and the season's over. I don't know what to do. Okay, so that was not the proper response to Trent Brown being put on the non-football injury list by the Cincinnati Bengals about 20 minutes ago. Now, I understand why fans are acting that way. I mean, we were all excited to have Trent Brown. He's kind of a more proven offensive line guy. The Bengals signed him this season or this offseason in free agency to a 1-year, $4.7 million contract, including a $2 million guaranteed deal. Okay, so we knew he had injury potential. We knew that there was a possibility that he wouldn't play every game this season. And now he's got on the non-football injury list, means could be anything really. Like, did he stub his toe and just doesn't want to come to practice because it's bruised and it hurts? Did he break his leg water skiing over the summer? Who knows? We don't know yet. No one's told us. So right now, I'm not going to freak out. And I'm going to get into a little bit more why here in a minute. But if you're new to this channel, if you're new to Know Butts About It, first of all, I'm Josh Butts. I forgot to say that at the beginning. And you should subscribe because it really helps us out. And it is a dream of ours to make this a full-time gig. And you can help support that dream by subscribing. All you have to do is click one button and you can help the dream of a young boy named Josh Butts. Anyway, why I'm not freaking out is because in the grand scheme of things, in the grand scheme of what we were hoping for the Cincinnati Bengals, is that Trent Brown wasn't going to be the future. We didn't want Trent Brown to be that number one guy that we had to depend on at the right tackle position. So yes, him getting sidelined, him sitting there in the offseason, just kind of missing out on some games isn't necessarily the best, but it's not the end of the world either. Because in case you have forgotten, the Bengals went out and they drafted this man in the first round of the 2024 NFL draft, and that is Amarius Mims, pick 18. This is what the draft board looked like in Detroit when his name was called. And Bengals fans, we should be excited about Mims. Now, I understand why some people are hesitant about him. He has some injury issues as well, to be frank. We don't know if that's going to become a consistent problem, but we've seen it in the past. But he also has a ton of raw talent. He has a ton of ability that we haven't seen yet, and he's a very exciting pick. He's athletic. He's a giant. I mean, I don't think people really comprehend how big of a man Amarius Mims is. So first of all, this is him next to Stetson Bennett. Amarius Mims there is wearing the number 65, Bennett in the number 13. Bennett is 5'11", so not a short guy, not a short dude, but you might be saying, okay, that's kind of short for an NFL quarterback, which, okay, fair. Let's look at Bengals head coach Zach Taylor standing next to Amarius Mims. Amarius Mims dwarfs Zach Taylor. He makes Zach Taylor look like a little kid, and Zach Taylor is 6'2". Zach Taylor is my height. Amarius Mims makes him look tiny because that's how big Amarius Mims is. He's 6'8". He's almost he is half a foot taller than Zach Taylor. That is ridiculous. And we wanted to see more Amarius Mims in training camp. We wanted him to get these first team snaps. We wanted to see him a little bit in the preseason. We wanted to see more Amarius Mims. And Trent Brown sitting out for whatever reason on the PUP list is going to help that goal. It is going to help get him conditioned. It's going to help him build chemistry with the O-line, which is so important. The worst case scenario would be for Trent Brown week 1 to go in healthy, and he's been getting all the first team snaps. He's been practicing with the O-line. Alex Kappa and him are great. Then all of a sudden, first quarter, he goes down. Amarius Mims has to come in, never having lined up next to Alex Kappa, never having played with this O-line, never having played with the first team offense. I don't think that would have necessarily happened, but this just helps with Amarius Mims' preparation and what we need to see more of from him. Because frankly, he is very raw. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Amarius Mims could go either way. He is either going to be the best pick out of this draft class. He's where you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad we made this pick. This was a make or break year for the Bengals, and they nailed it. Or he's going to be a guy who we're looking at 5 years from now, and we're like, ooh, maybe we should have drafted someone else in that draft. I don't know. I can't predict the future, but we'll see what happens. But I think that this situation allows us to prepare ourselves better for Amarius Mims, what we can expect from him, get him conditioned so he's less likely to get hurt. And ultimately, if you're a Bengals fan, I understand why seeing one of the major free agency signings is already on the pup list may make you go, oh no, this is another Lael Collins situation. Trent Brown's never going to play, and then he's going to just be a wasted pick. I mean, we're not even throwing that much money at him. It's $2 million guaranteed. Like, it's not like you could have signed someone else for that's going to be like in some game changer. Maybe you could have dedicated it to another guy's contract. But other than that, I doubt that there's any huge playmakers that are at a $2 million negotiation right now. I mean, get real. Come on. We could put that in a signing bonus, for crying out loud. But the Cincinnati Bengals are going to be fine. I'm not worried yet. You shouldn't be worried yet. If you are a Bengals fan watching this, you should subscribe. I know I said it at the beginning of the video, but I'm going to say it again because I am working on a video of things that I am looking forward to as training camp is right around the corner, starts next week. What I'm going to be watching, including Amarius Mims, he's in there, of course, but why I'm excited for training camp this year. I'm going to drop one for the Bengals and for the Colts. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss that video, because we're going to be paying attention to some guys that other people might not be. And obviously, like, we're going to be paying attention to people that you should be as well. But I got some surprises up my sleeve, I think. So until next time, go do something nice for someone, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Once again, it really does help us out. This is something we're trying to turn into a full-time gig, and we appreciate any support you can give us. See you next time.